Yo, it's BertBro, and today I'm going to explain the game mechanics of Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. I'm making this video because I was talking with a friend of mine and she said she had watched my videos on Dark Star Edition but didn't quite understand what was going on as she's new to gaming. So here goes. For starters, Paper Mario is an adventure JRPG. Japanese role-playing game, and the short version of the story is that Bowser steals an ancient item called the Star Rod from these beings called the Star Spirits. He then traps all of the Star Spirits and turns them into Pokemon cards. After that, he crashes a party being thrown at Peach's castle by lifting Peach's castle into the fucking sky with his own castle that he somehow managed to build directly under hers, and smites Mario just because. The premise of the game is that we have to save the Star Spirits by defeating Bowser's lackeys, save Princess Peach, and return the Star Rod to the Star Spirits, all while recruiting our own set of party members that all have their own unique abilities and uses. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we can get into the game's mechanics. It's pretty simple, so it shouldn't take too long to explain. To start things off, we have jumping. Jumping in the overworld allows you to hit blocks in the air, and you can also first strike enemies with it. Get over here, bitch. That's right. The jump gets two upgrades through new boots, the Super Boots and the Ultra Boots. The Super Boots are the first upgrade to the jump, and it also gives you a new ability, the Ground Pound, or Spin Jump, whatever you want to call it. This allows you to break floor panels and to flip hidden floor panels to reveal star pieces. This upgrade also gives your jump attack +1 attack power. The Ultra Boots are the second and final upgrade to the jump, and this gives you a new kind of jump, the Tornado Jump. Essentially, Mario does a jump while spinning really fast in order to gain more height, and this allows him to hit blocks that are really high up in the air, and it also gives you another +1 on your jump attacks. The hammer is what's used to break blocks around the overworld, and it can be used to first strike enemies. Very similar to the jumps in the fact that it also has two upgrades that are named Super and Ultra. The Super Hammer is the first upgrade to the hammer, and this allows you to break metal blocks as well as the normal yellow blocks, and just like the Super Boots, it also gives you +1 attack power to your hammer attacks. The Ultra Hammer is the second and final upgrade to the hammer, and this allows you to break these fancy red blocks. It also gives you yet another +1 to your hammer's attack power. Spinning is a unique mechanic to the overworld and can't be used in battle. All this does is make Mario spin for a brief moment. Spinning while moving will give Mario a small increase in speed, and applying the Speedy Spin badge will further increase Mario's speed while spinning. If you like to move fast, then this is how you do it. The battling in this game is turn-based, which means you get a turn to do what you want, and the enemies get a turn to do what they want. Specifically, you get the option to use tactics like switching out your partner, defending for a turn, or running away from the battle. You can also use items, attack, or use special moves brought to you by the Star Spirits. If you win a battle, you will earn star points and coins. Every time you reach 100 star points, you will level up, which will allow you to upgrade either your HP, FP, or BP. More on those stats later. Obviously, you take damage when you're attacked, so the point is to try and minimize the amount of damage you take and to do as much damage as possible. Some enemies are even capable of giving you status ailments like poisoning, freezing, sleeping, dizziness, and shrinking. This is where action commands come into play. Action commands are what allow you to amplify your moves to make them do more for you, or to take less damage and stop you from receiving statuses. These range from pushing buttons with the correct timing, mashing buttons, or moving and holding the control stick in different directions. On the defensive side, if you hit the A button right before an enemy hits you, then you will block the attack, take less damage, and not be given any statuses. These are crucial for minimizing damage and becoming a good battler, so make sure to practice these. There are a total of 4 stats in the game: health points, flower points, badge points, and star power. Health points. HP. Super self-explanatory, it's your health. If it goes to 0, it's game over for you. Use your action commands, badges, and items wisely to avoid getting a game over. The way that you increase your health is either by selecting it in the level up options or by using badges. Flower points. FP. Flower Points is a stat that allows you to use any new moves set by badges and moves that you get from upgrading your partners. Basically, any move that isn't the base normal move in each move set will usually require the use of FP. Badge Points. BP. Badge points are the most complicated stat in the game because it's what allows you to really play with the rest of the game's mechanics. As you progress, you will either earn or find badges. These badges let you do a multitude of things, like use more powerful attacks, change your stats, allow you to jump on fire and sharp objects, and even augment things outside of battle, like a speedier spin, or a spin that first strikes enemies and makes them dizzy on turn 1, or even apply funny sound effects on your jump and hammer in and out of battle. Oh, I love that sound. Most badges will cost a certain amount of BP to put on, and you can only have a maximum of 30 BP, so you have to choose your badges wisely and switch them out accordingly for battles. For example, you won't need the Spike Shield badge to fight a Shy Guy. There's a lot you can do with the badge system. Play around with these and see what you can come up with to make battles more bearable. Star Power. SP. Star Power is a unique stat in that it only increases as you save the Star Spirits, and saving each Star Spirit will add one more to your Star Power meter. Using the unique Star Spirit moves will drain your Star Power meter, and it slowly refills over time as you perform action commands or use the focus move in the special moves menu. The moves it gives you are Refresh, Lullaby, Starstorm, Chill Out, Smooch, Timeout, Up and Away, and Starbeam, later called Peach Beam in the final battle. Refresh heals for 5 HP and FP, as well as gets rid of status ailments. Lullaby will put enemies to sleep for a few turns. Starstorm does as the name implies, but it does 7 damage to all enemies regardless of defense. Chill Out decreases the enemy's attack power by 3 for a couple turns. Smooch replenishes Mario's health by 20. Timeout will immobilize enemies for a few turns, and Up and Away will turn enemies into stars and take them out of battle. Lastly, we have Starbeam. Starbeam is a move that's specifically made for the final Bowser fight, and basically all it's used for is to negate Bowser's invincibility when he uses the Star Rod to power up. Each of these moves costs a certain amount of SP to use, and they all have their own uses, so be sure to try them out. There's a ton of items, so I won't tell you about all of them, but they do a lot of things, like restore your HP or FP, sometimes both, allow you to go invisible, scare enemies away from battle, or even buff your attack power and defense. In terms of consumable items for HP and FP, you can also bring items to Taste Tea in Toad Town and she will cook them for you, which can sometimes give you some really broken healing items. Finding out your options for cooking up items can really change the game and make things way easier to deal with. I'm looking at you, anti-guy. Star pieces are random shiny pieces of stars found around the game, from hidden floor panels or earned from doing side quests and delivering mail. You can use these to purchase badges from Merlot and Shooting Star Summit. Alright, and that should do it. Hopefully I explained everything pretty well, and I'm sure there's probably something I forgot or didn't go into detail in that someone's going to comment about, but that should be pretty much everything you need to know to get started playing Paper Mario. I'll say that this really only applies to the first 2 Paper Mario games, Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64 and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. After those 2 games, I'm pretty sure they changed things around, so I don't even know if the badge system exists in the newer games. To be honest, I don't even know what all exists in the newer games, but I'm pretty sure that the whole badge system is taken out. I might be wrong, but I'm not entirely sure. But for the most part, this should get you through the 2 most iconic games in the series, which are the first 2. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.